Okay. So tonight, I'm not going to go too deeply into some of the astrology side of things, because I'm aware that some of you guys are doing the Moonology Masterclass with me on Sunday, and then we'll go really deep into this forthcoming Libran full moon. So the Libran full moon, Libra represents relationship, balance, beauty, you know, so it's about bringing balance and beauty and balancing the masculine and the feminine. I'm a Libran moon, you know, so yeah, as much as I've got the Leo sun and the Gemini rising, which can sometimes be too much for people, because I've got Libran moon, it keeps me a little bit more, try to be in tune with how others feel and try and bring balance and equanimity into emotions and feelings and how others feel too. So I'm really feeling the pull of this moon, even though it's not until Sunday. So we've entered Aries season, and I think we're all feeling it. It's like something's happened. So it's underway with the Sun, the Venus, and Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for all of us to do with our wounds. It's finally time to accept ourselves and our own darknesses and forgive others and you know, really, this is our time for proper healing. This is what we're moving towards. So we're coming back to who we are, or we're remembering who we are, which is really about, our yoga practice is about remembering who you are as well. So it's about personal courage. It's about higher self-awareness and deeper heart consciousness. So I don't know if you guys are feeling it too, but there's a lot of that. So as much as it, you know, we're feeling there's a change in the air, and we're at a waxing moon where it's getting bigger. Normally we have a lot more energy because there's so much internal work going on. It's almost making us feel a little bit tired, as well as feeling that we need to do lots. And because Mars is in Gemini, the energy is more chaotic, and there's kind of like an out of control expression in the air too. So if you're feeling this kind of way, it's perfectly normal, okay? So Mercury is conjunct Neptune as well in Pisces. So it kind of feels that we're not as grounded as we usually are, and we're not seeing as clearly as we usually are. So don't worry, we're kind of all in that place. And if you're not feeling it, that's okay. There's no rights or wrongs, and it really depends on where you are energetically. We can only meet ourselves and meet others where we're at. So there's a lot of stuff going through us. So this heart consciousness thing is, and the balance of we're in this patriarchal society. We have been for so long. You know, the past, our ancestors were as well, and it's about coming out of this. So we're trying to embrace the feminine. It's not about rejecting the masculine, but it's about coming into, you know, the connecting into the heart consciousness sort of thing as well. So we're going to be working more in that kind of realm, instead of normally a waxing moon. I'd be like, yeah, let's really move our energies. We're going to move, but the practice today is a samana vayu to start, to get you moving in your practice. So it's still a stabilizing and calming that gives you a little bit of vitality. And then we're going to move into a yin practice. And the yin practice is it's going to be working around our hearts and our lungs. As I said, we want to come into heart consciousness. So remember, with yin, we want to consciously relax the muscles through slowness and steadiness rather than rhythm and repetition, which would be more of a yang practice. So the time's a bit longer to stay in the poses. You find your mindful edge, which is different for everyone. It's different for poses, and it's different on different days. So find your mindful edge and then commit to stillness, so no fidgeting about. Okay, so it's about letting go of wanting to be better, wanting to be somewhere else, planning tomorrow. And this is where a lot of us are at with this energy. So I've really felt we needed to come into that tonight. So we're letting go of rigid views that are the enemies of intimacy. So we're wanting to enable ourselves to be here as we are, in an experience of authenticity, where there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, and nothing to get. We're wanting to establish loving kindness and patience towards ourselves and others. So that's what our practice is about. We're also looking towards a waxing moon. We're moving towards the full moon. So waxing moon is a time when our intentions take root and our dreams get clearer as opportunities begin popping up. So as we feel like there is a bit of lack of clarity in the air, so it's a time to really, and we feel inspired to take action, but there's a lack of clarity. This is where we really need to connect into our heart consciousness, come out of our heads and into our hearts, connect with your breath, maybe meditate more. You know, questions to ask yourself in the waxing moon is, what opportunities are coming up for me? How can I raise my energy levels? And what is it I need to know at this moment in time to move forwards? Is there a message from the universe? So it's a good time to remind yourself to have faith and to remain open no matter how things currently look. Okay, January and February they were hell of a buggers of months, really, weren't they, guys? So yeah, so let's just keep the faith, and things don't always unfold in a logical, orderly manner. So there's things happening. As I always say, look at your challenges. They're opportunities to evolve, okay, and trust in the universe. We're going to bring in the energy of the goddess. I'm doing a bit of goddess stuff as well, guys, and we're doing some womb healing and shavasana. I'm getting some of the weirdness in, but I love it. So yeah, so Saraswati, the goddess, and she is the goddess. Well, I use this goddess. I work with Saraswati in a waxing moon. The Sanskrit word Sara means essence and Swa means self. So Saraswati means the essence of the self. So knowledge is necessary for creation. Saraswati symbolizes the creative power of Brahma. So Saraswati Shakti will show up as moments of sudden understanding, when words flow easily, when ideas come up out of nowhere, when you say something so powerful and profound that it surprises even you, you're experiencing Saraswati. So people say, oh, what's this about worshipping a god or a goddess? We all have vibrational frequencies of all the gods and goddesses. It's about harnessing the aspect of the goddess within that we already have. Okay, so it's the gift of language is a manifestation of Saraswati, as is every expression of intelligence or capacity for innovation. Saraswati is wisdom. So this has been a function ever since the beginning. Okay, so Saraswati is the one whose cosmic function it is to embody the creative flow through language, speech, and sound, both cosmically and personally. So Saraswati is also about flowing, you know, so it's actually, there's a river in India called Saraswati, but it means to, and it bestows bounty, fertility, riches. So it's a purifying power. And this is where we're at right now. If we're able to create creatively and flow with where we're at. And I think that's where we need to be right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop gibbering on, because you're here to do practice, not to listen to me. So let's begin in on our backs, just lying in Shavasana and beginning to just breathe into your belly while I prep myself up for your practice. So yeah, so get yourself onto your backs. I'm going to take my specs off and move into the practice. So yeah, on your backs and abdominal breathing. So just coming into the breath. We're really going to connect in there right now. Smoothing out the breath and just bringing acceptance into where you are today. Just smooth it out and just bring yourself back in. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do right now. So from here, draw your knees into your belly and take your arms out like wings. As you breathe out, drop your knees to the right and look to the left. Breathing in, take your knees back up to center and breathe out, drop your knees to the left and look to the right. So keep working with this slow, mindful movement, Badakanasana. Just connecting in. We're beginning some gentle twists, bringing some samana, some balance into our practice, into our bodies. On your next exhale, where your knees drop, allow them to drop down. And looking the opposite direction, and the arm where your legs are lying down, take that hand onto the outer thigh, just to rest down. And again, connecting into the belly breaths. Remembering that abdominal breathing is calming. Brings you back in. Starts to work the parasympathetic nervous system. Relax your jaw, your shoulders. And then as you inhale, slowly take yourself back up to center. Exhale down to the opposite side, looking the opposite direction. And the hand that's on the same side as your legs, bring it down to the outer thigh, just to stabilize your body. And again, connect in with your breath. Close your eyes if you like, to really go inward. So try and keep your breath quiet. Some of us vinyasa people are so in tune with our ujjayi breathing, but sometimes ujjayi breathing brings you to externally, it brings you out externally to the external world. So we're going to work with a quiet breath because we're really trying to go inwards tonight. Draw your knees back up to your belly. Give yourself a wee hug for Apanasana. And then rolling onto the side and gently pushing yourself up. From here, we're moving into the tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And you're inhaling just to stretch out through the spine. Exhale, curl the toes under and push up into downward facing dog. Inhale, come back to about a count of 4. And then exhale, you're coming back to a count of 5. When you inhale, come back down to the count of 4. And the next exhale is going to be a count of 6. So keep going, getting the breath longer each time until you reach 8 and the exhale, and then staying in downward facing dog. So remember, longer exhales calm down the system. We're coming into a bit of a moon breath here. You find it hard to reach that 8, so really work with the bandhas, drawing Uddiyana Bandha, your navel, right back on the exhale. So staying in downward dog, connecting into your breath. Once you've reached the 8 exhale, just checking in with your the prana that's moving through your body, stabilizing your body. And then on an inhale from here, take your right foot forward, drop your left knee, and we're moving up into Crescent Moon. So take your hands onto the knees, so you're not taking your arms over your head here. We're really not wanting to be too external. So dip your hips slightly, extend through the spine, drop your left hand to the inside of the left foot, and take that right arm up. So find your drishti point, your gaze point, and breathe your belly into your inner thigh here. Smooth, deep breaths. Releasing as you inhale, unraveling, and then curling your toes under, pushing up into downward dog, just checking in with yourself. And then you're going to inhale, take your left foot forwards, take your hands up onto your inner thigh. So lengthen through the spine, dip your hips. And then from here, take your right hand to the inside of the right foot. And on the exhale, stretching that left arm up. Find your drishti point and breathe your belly into your inner thigh. Keep the jaw relaxed. Make sure there's no tension in the shoulders. Inhale to unravel and come back to center. And again, push back into downward facing dog. Connecting in with yourself here. And then slowly walking your feet towards your hands and folding into Uttanasana, bending your knees if you need to. Again, connecting into your breath and allow your torso to flow over your legs like a waterfall. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, coming into standing position, Tadasana. Just checking in with yourself, seeing where you are tonight. Okay, and then from here, you're going to take your left foot back. Keep that right foot forward. Your hips are square, so we're going to move into Badakanasana here. So take the back of your left hand to the back of the left kidney. Inhale. Oh, sorry. So take the back of the right hand to the back of the right kidney. Inhale, left arm's coming up. Exhale to fold slowly forwards, keeping the upper arm next to the ear. And then inhaling to come all the way back up. So exhaling to slowly come forwards. Inhaling to come all the way back up. One more time. And while you're down there, you're going to stay down there, square the hips slightly, both hands at either side of that foot. Inhale to come halfway up to lengthen through the spine. And then you're going to place your left hand to the inside of that foot and reach that right arm up to the sky. Find your drishti point. So this is a modification of Parivrtta Trikonasana. Again, breathing into the belly. Build that tapas, the burn. We're burning away any samskaras, these things that hold us, these beliefs that we've had instilled in us, that we maybe no longer need anymore. They're beliefs that perhaps aren't true. Inhaling to square the hips, come forwards, and exhale to fold into Parsvottanasana. Bend that front knee if you need to. Make sure there's no tension in the jaw or the shoulders. And then inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, stepping forwards, staying in Tadasana. Checking in with yourself, seeing where you're at. And then from here, stepping your right leg back. So your heel to heel, hips are square. Take the back of the left hand at the back of the left kidney. Inhale, right arms coming up. Exhale to fold forward, slightly touching the floor if you can. Inhaling to come all the way back up. go again. Exhaling to slowly come forward, smooth out the breath. Inhaling to come all the way back up. So one more time, and when you're down there, you're going to stay. Take both hands at either side of that foot. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, place your right hand to the inside of that right foot and stretch that left arm up to the sky for the modification of Parivrtta Trikonasana. Breathing into the belly, just finding your drishti point. Make sure there's no pain in the neck. Remembering I broke my neck at C6, so I'm not overextending through my neck. So listen to your body. Listen to your breath. Your breath tells you where you need to be. Inhaling to unravel and come to the center, and exhale to fold into Badakanasana. Inhaling to come all the way back up, and exhale, coming into Tadasana. Breathing into where you are. Feel the difference in prana, in energy. There's a little bit more fire in the belly now. You're creating that fire to burn away any samskara, burn away the work with Agni. And then from here, stabilizing the sacrum. Inhale, lift the arms up, coming into Utkatasana. So chair pose, but we're not going right down like some. We're just really working with inhaling to extend through the spine. Exhale, draw the belly back. So inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, draw the belly back. Again, we're building tapas. Get some fire going before, so we're nurturing and we're getting the ground nice and fertile for us to then sow the seeds, work with and create, work with the goddess Saraswati. Inhaling to straighten the legs, and then exhale, coming forwards, bending the knee, flowing down, and then hands on the ground, you're bending your knees, and then you're moving onto your belly. Okay, belly down, back bends. So what we're doing here is you're going to take your forehead on the ground, and you're going to take the backs of your hands onto the kidneys for just now. And then inhale, swoop your arms around, lift your head up slightly. You're not stretching the neck. And then you're going to lift up your legs, trying to keep them together. And then take your arms back like cactuses and open up in the chest. Breathe into your heart and breathe the beautiful energy of Saraswati into your heart center. This is creativity. This is wisdom. This is communication, music, beauty, flowing with life, acceptance. Slowly coming down, stacking your hands in front of you and listening to the energy flow through your body. Are there any messages you need to hear? So here, take your hands to the ground and gently push yourself into wide-legged child's pose, resting the head down, breathing into the belly again. Slowly coming back up. Take your legs together, moving into Brajasana, Thunderbolt pose. And then again, checking in with the energetics of where you are. And then sitting down to the left. So you're moving to the left. And from here, take that left arm and you're going to try and tuck it underneath the right shin here. The right hand's going behind, inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist, to look round. But then you're going to take your head, so you're going to look forwards now, and try and take that left ear towards the left shoulder. Close your eyes and just breathe into where you are. It's a little bit of a strangeness to it. You feel a bit awkward. But we're working with that awkwardness that everyone's feeling right now. It's like, what on earth is going on with us all? Coming back to center, hands onto the thighs, listening to your body, saying what just happened there. And then let's go to the other side. So sitting on your right side, and then getting that right hand, the back of that right hand going underneath that left shin. The left hand's on the floor behind you. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to twist to look up that left shoulder. And then turn your head to look over your right shoulder, but then drop that right ear down towards the right shoulder. There might be a different sensation here. Don't lose the essence of the twist, but we're really just trying to open up in this fifth chakra as well. So in your throat area. Because Saraswati is the goddess of expression, and we need to be able to express ourselves well, speak our truth. So it helps to open up the fifth chakra here. Inhaling to release, place your hands onto your knees, listen to your body, saying what just happened to me there. And then from here, we're going to transition into a little bit of yin. So coming into Badakanasana, or if you're a yini, it's the butterfly pose. And from here, because we're moving out of the hatha and trying to extend through the spine, now we're moving forwards. It's actually okay. We're moving into yin as long as you know what expression you're wanting to create and what energetics. It's okay to allow your spine to round. Just don't let your head drop. You can keep a slight tuck on the chin, a slight Jalandhar. It stops the prana from flowing too quickly up Shushumna and making your mind agitated, but also it's better for your neck. So from here, find your mindful edge, commit to stillness. Silent breathing. You're not controlling the breath. You're just letting it be. So remember, with yin, we're staying in these postures a little bit longer than you would do in a hatha yoga practice or vinyasa. It's about learning to let go and being okay with the uncomfortableness you feel. So we are working with stressing the joints. So making our joints nice and juicy and lubricated here. So it's different to restorative. Restorative, we don't want to stretch or strain anything. We use props and we bring the props to ourselves. Here, we use gravity to allow us to take us to where we need to be and to accept ourselves just as we are today. So this short yin practice is connecting into the heart and the lung meridians. We're working with Chinese medicine. Do you want to inhale and slowly come back up? Okay, so then take your legs out in front of you into Dandasana and listen to the rebound. Listen to your body is saying to you after that. So the rebound is really important in Yin as well. So listening to your body after each posture. So from here, we're coming back into another little belly down, back bend, which is, you know, as I've said, I say time and time again, it's great for for calming you down, your mental health, and the vagus nerve. So you can either, I'm going to might move this back so you can see me a bit more here. So you can either choose, so this is you listening to your body. So you're choosing either to come into Sphinx Pose, so where your elbows are on the ground here, or you can come up into Seal Pose with your hands on the ground. You can choose to have your hands wide or close to your body, away from your body. You can have your legs apart together. So find your version of Seal, your expression of where you need to be. Find your edge and then commit to stillness. And if you find that your edge maybe is too edgy while you're in Seal, remember it's not cheating to come down into Sphinx Pose if there's pain. Pain is never good. Discomfort is normal. Breathing into your discomfort and finding comfort in your discomfort teaches you to find this off the mat too. So I'm going to stop gibbering and let you have some time. So close your eyes if you need to. Just connecting into yourself, into your breath. And again, breathing the beautiful energy of Sarasvati into your heart. From here, stack your hands in front of you and rest your forehead down and listen to the rebound. Slowly and gently, we're moving into Balasana, Child's Pose. So you're coming into Child's Pose, you're taking your knees are together. You're going to try and get your knees together and your arms over your head. Resting your forehead down and connecting into that pressure in between your eyebrows, Ajna chakra. So this is really, again, connecting into Vijnanamaya Kosha, your inner teacher, but again, also touching into the vagus nerve. Breathe into your belly. And let go. There's nothing you need to hold on to here. You're perfect, just as you are. Relax your jaw behind your eyeballs. From here, gently coming up into tabletop. And we're just going to do a few gentle cat-cows. So breathing in to curve your spine, and breathing out to curve your spine the other way to gaze at the navel. Just a few, just to loosen off your spine. You know, we don't want too much of a yang practice. We're coming into yin. And then you can slowly wag your nice bushy tails. I know that some of you like to wag your bushy tails when you practice with me. It makes you happy. It makes me happy to wag my bushy tail. So from here now, we're moving into a variation of Anahatasana, a heart opening practice, but we're going to do a variation of thread the needle. And because the outside edge of this arm actually connects into one of the meridian points here. So coming forward into Anahatasana, you're going to take your right arm through. So resting your forehead down onto the ground here, and your shoulder and your outside of your arm are resting. So figure out where you want to put your left arm. You could have your elbow on the ground or your elbow off. Find your expression of this and make sure that you don't get any tingly feelings in your fingers and loose sensations. It's a sign that you've perhaps trapped a nerve. That's not yin, okay? So, and if you have shoulder issues, again, listen to what your body's telling you. There should be no pain. So once you've committed to find your mindful edge, commit to stillness and your breath. So it's so not about the shape. Doesn't matter how silly we all look with our bottoms in the air here. It's about what we're doing here, where we're at, and knowing that we are enough for where we should be, where we're supposed to be. Slowly coming back up into tabletop, listening to your body here. Listen to the rebound. Feel the energetics of your body. And then let's do the other side. So coming into the variation of Anahatasana, bring your heart towards the floor and threading the left arm through, resting the shoulder and the outside edge of the arm onto the floor and your left cheek. So find your mindful edge and commit to your stillness. So trying to stay still. Unless you're in pain. If you're in pain, you need to move. If you're uncomfortable, breathe into it. Just breathe into where you are. There's no controlled breath. Just where you're at. Breath awareness if your mind starts to wander. Then you're going to inhale and slowly come back up into tabletop again. And just checking in with the rebound, how your body's feeling now. Okay. And then from here, coming onto your bottoms, and we're moving into, in Yin, they call it the caterpillar. But in Hatha Yoga, we call it Paschimottanasana. But caterpillar, you're allowed to round your back here. Don't allow your head to flop like a bowling ball. You don't have to flex your feet. So allow your feet to be where they're at. You can bend your knees if you need to, and round your back as much as you need to. Place your hands either on your legs, outside of your legs. Find your variation. Remember, this is not restorative, so we're not propping ourselves up unless there's pain and you need to support yourself. We're allowing gravity to take us. Doesn't matter that we're not going far here. So close your eyes and be where you are today. Commit to stillness and listen to your body. Healing to slowly come back up. Again, listening to the rebound. Take your hands behind your back here, and you're just going to windscreen wiper your legs a little bit here. Okay, before we move back down onto the floor, we're going to work with a little bit of Anadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to really bring us into balance and prepare us for our deep shavasana tonight. So get your right hand and your thumb and your ring finger and place them just at the top of the entrance of where you can feel the bone in your nose. If you like, curl your peace fingers round, but I quite like to be aware of my third eye. So it's what feels right for you. So inhale deeply, block the right nostril, inhale deeply and smoothly through the left nostril. Block the nostril and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block it off and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Block it off and breathe out through the right. Continue with your own breath. Remember, you block off the nostril after your inhale to seal in the energy. After your next exhale through the left nostril, drop the chin. You're inhaling to take your chin back up. Keep your eyes closed and feel the gentle pulse as you breathe between the third eye and your midbrain, connecting in to yourself, your higher self. Effortless breath, just an awareness of the midbrain lit up with your practice. Just your inner teacher. From here, you're coming gently down onto your back. Draw your knees into your belly, Badakanasana. And then place your feet together into Badakanasana. Interlace the fingers over the toes. Push the elbows into the inner thighs and gently draw your feet towards you, being aware of your sacrum stabilizing into the earth. So to stop any sort of spasming, just really connect you into the earth, preparing you for your journey. Gently releasing and moving into your well-deserved shavasana. So get yourselves nice and comfortable. And again, coming back into belly breathing. So let go of your practice and just allow yourself to be, and let go of the breath. Because we've moved into spring. We just recently had the spring equinox. We're changing seasons. So we're going to work with shavasana that works with cycles. And because we're connecting into the feminine, this is a bit of a womb healing. Okay, so don't worry if you don't have a womb like myself. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's all good. Okay. So look into the space in front of the closed eyes. Exhale and bring the focus of your attention down to the space of the womb. Breathe your inner gaze down into the womb and find yourself at the heart of a warm space. See yourself lying there inside your own womb, comfortable and perfectly at home. As you lay there in your womb, feel her to be an entire world in herself. Feel a soft breeze blowing across your skin and look up to see the branches of a beautiful tree above you. You are lying beneath a great womb tree and her roots reach deep down into the earth. She is growing in the very center of the womb world. You can see blue sky bright behind her branches, and it is spring. Tiny baby leaves are curled up tight in the branches, and as the sun shines, they begin to unfurl. The quality of feeling is fresh and expectant, as if the air itself is full of the possibilities of new beginnings. You feel excitement and wonder at all the newness around you. A sudden little shower of raindrops fall, and the water kisses your face with a gentle, sweet tenderness. More tiny droplets of rain now fall to the ground as the leaves open out into the warming air. It is high summer in the womb world, and the tree is decked in the finery of full green leaves and beginning to be heavy with fruit. Beneath the tree, the heat of the season warms you deep inside, and you feel full of life, overflowing with love and ready to give. You stand to stretch and move with a conscious delight, suffused by the power of simply being so vibrantly alive, strong and full of abundant energy. You watch the branches of the tree bending under the weight of the ripening fruit. Everything feels abundant and all is possible. It is autumn, and the fruits on the tree are ready for harvest. In the magical womb world, the fruits harvest themselves, rolling softly to the ground, and the leaves in the tree begin to change colour, curling into fairy twists of orange and red. The wind grows cooler, and leaves begin to fall to the ground. You begin to feel the need to tidy and sweep. After the growing seasons, it feels as though the garden needs tending, and you begin clearing the fruits and fallen leaves that have accumulated, sorting and reflecting and preparing for the resting time of the coming cold. It is winter in your womb world, and you are sheltered, warm inside by roaring fire. There's nothing to be done. You respond to the need to rest deeply. In this state of stillness, you experience a state of gracious peace, as if you've been washed out to float on a river. With a visionary clarity, you enter deep inside your own awareness and experience a powerful energy of descent. The tide inside is pulling you home to yourself. The womb world is cleansed by the flow, as if it were washing through you. And when the last wave passes, you feel quietly renewed and revisioned. In your hand, you hold a golden chalice that contains your essence. You walk to the great tree in the heart of the womb world, and kneeling reverently, you pour your essence, your ojas, down into her roots to nourish future growth. The essence is received back into the earth, and you sense the beginning of a slight shift in your energies and interests as the seasons in the womb world begin to turn. You greet the coming cycle with the deep wisdom of a woman who respects the special qualities of each season and responds to the changes that each brings as it turns in the womb world of your inner life. Rest in your spacious awareness and listen to any messages the universe or Sarasvati want to relay to you. So slowly beginning to bring your awareness back to where your body's lying on the floor. Come back to your breath, the sensations on your skin, and to make any movements that feel natural to you. And stretch your arms over your head, away from your body. Stretch your feet away from your body. Pull your knees in, give yourselves a wee hug. Rolling from side to side to loosen off your sacrum. And then rolling onto your right side into recovery position. And just staying there. And then gently pushing yourselves up to seated position. Placing your hands in Anjali Mudra. And we're going to end with an Om. Here we go. Namaste. Thank you for practicing yoga with me tonight. It's been lovely to see you.